Okay. Yep. Okay. Okay, here we go. This question is from Jeff. Okay, Jeff J. Yo, Jeff J. This is an awesome question. Why do you think the gun culture has changed and so elitist and that people refuse to accept other people's opinions other than their own? Because they're assholes. Come on, man. I mean, if it wasn't for social media, half the people who are running around the country today teaching wouldn't be teaching. You know, like, not being ugly, but when I started in 1983, there was only like 4 or 5 or 6, 7 guys like on the road teaching. Now everybody who's pushed up berm's teaching, and everybody's an expert, and everybody's a MACV, Special Op, Delta, Recon, SOG, SEAL, fucking operator, and none of them can document it with their DD-214 or 15. And just because you're in the fucking Marine Corps, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, or a policeman for 20 or 25 years doesn't fucking mean you know how to teach. So mostly, people are just fucking dicks, okay? Without being ugly. Now, that was a harsh answer, so I'm trying to be nice now. I think that people want to feel like they're the expert in the field, okay, Jeff? And so they want to influence people. Like, I think the fancy word, because I'm not very smart, are social media influencers. I think that's it. Does that sound right? Okay, so the deal with it is, they want to influence people like, hey, I know all about the 10 millimeter cartridge, so that's the gun for everyone. You know, oh, yeah, cool. Unless it's not. I don't know. I think it's the nature of people to be defensive and protective. Okay, and you go, well, that's what you sounded like a minute ago. Yeah, I got it, no problem. The difference is dude, I'm old, and I really don't care what people think, okay? Not being a dick, and it sounds elitist, but I was doing this before most of the people even thought about it. Like, dude, I've been doing this a long time. And I try real hard to mind my own business. And like I said, because this is not going on Facebook or like some fucking YouTube thing, I can say whatever I want, all right? And so like, I'm not being a dick about it. I just think that people are very defensive about stuff. They want to be very protective of something. And if you backtrack a lot of stuff about elitism and stuff like that, a lot of it has to do with marketing. Okay, in other words, I think you need to buy my t-shirt, you know, that says, you know, warrior dipshit, like whatever. And I touched the mic, so I dicked that up, but you get it. So it's like, it's a guy like, whatever. All right, so I don't know. Here's the big thing between me and you. Don't worry about yesterday, because it's gone. Don't worry about tomorrow, because you might not get there. So just worry about today. Have a good time. Shoot. Enjoy your stuff. Protect your family. That would be my thing to you. Okay? Okay, cool. All right, so hello, Clint. I got 2 questions. AR platform, pistol brace versus short barrel. Why? Okay, well, SBR is NFA. I think you have to have a paperwork, pay the tax stamp for that. A pistol brace is an SBR, and everyone's cheating. So eventually we'll fuck ourselves over that because all of you who have pistol braces, shoot them from the shoulder and you know it, okay? So I have no idea why the ATF is doing that. I'm sure somewhere there's a trap or an ambush. It's like the shockwave shotgun. When I was a cop in 1970 to 80, if you found a shotgun like that in a car, you'd hook that guy's ass up so fast. But now they've decided it's other weapon something or other. So I don't know. One's paperwork, one's not. So only thing I would tell people if they go like, hey, I got one with a pistol brace, don't take 4,000 pictures of yourself and post them on social media of you shooting the pistol brace from your shoulder because you're not supposed to do that, okay? And or get SBR, that'd be my thing, okay? 14-inch barrel, pinned in, welded, 16, I don't know. Maybe it's still 16, so the deal with it is maybe if I pinned and did it at 14, I could get like a thing where I could put a suppressor thing on it, like a hider or screwy-on thing. Can I do that?
So
right.
If it's 14.5 and you put a flash hider on it and you pin and weld it.
Then it's 16, and then you can put a suppressor on it if you want it. And if it's 16 already and you wanted to put it on there, and I don't think personally the 1.5 inch difference in the barrel is going to make a difference at a nominal 3,000 feet per second at 100 yards away. Whoever you're shooting is not going to know whether they were hit by a 14.5 pinned or 16. It may make it more accurate based on bullet weight, distance to target. There's a lot of variables. After that, to be honest with you, it becomes a choice or an option. Okay, you know, I mean, if you did a 14 pinned and then put a suppressor on it, that might be what people are hunting for. I don't know. okay? A 16, I guess I could take the hider off, like unscrew it, and then personally thread the can directly to the gun. I think that that would be all viable and ATF correct, my opinion, okay? So, thanks. Okay, so, whoo, I gotta think about this for a second. This is from Tony. He's been with me a couple times, okay, and he says he thinks I'm totally awesome, and, oh, no, okay. I'm conflicted about the attached 1911 that was gifted to me. It was a first pistol given to a friend. Guy passed away, was a new shooter, expressed interest in owning him. He sent it off, had it appraised, lowest 1200, master gunsmith, scolded me, refused to modify it. Okay, so like, why don't you just keep it the way it was gifted to you and then just carry another gun? And you go like, well, I want this gun. Well, like you mentioned here, well, maybe if I send it to Jason Burton. Yeah, buddy. Well, like, you better get a bank loan for that bitch, okay? If you're gonna like, he generally doesn't overhaul other people's shit. He starts to start with a good base gun, and I don't mean the gun you have is shit. I'm just simply saying there's a whole thing in here. One guy says your gun's worth $3,500. One guy says your gun's worth $1,200. It gets really confusing. If this person, Gary, was your friend, and you're like, awesome. It's like my dad's gun. When I got my dad's gun, I never did a damn thing to it. I didn't change it. I didn't do nothing to it. I just, on his birthday every year, I just took it out and shot it. Maybe that's what you'd do with Gary's gun, and then just get you another gun. But to gun plumber on, you know, I mean, just a thought, okay? And I mean, absolutely no disrespect to anyone here. Oh boy. Okay, so this is for Officer Graham. And I know that's not your last name. I got you, Graham. It says here, how does your Christian faith factor into your life? Does your faith add any depth or complexity to your decision to go armed? Okay, so I'm what I would call a Christian work in progress. I'm 71, okay? I try to stay out of trouble. Everybody knows I can be a little ornery. But I'm working on it, okay? You know, I think that's, I try to think about it, I try to be considerate to other people. That said, does it add any depth? Yeah, I think that, I don't think that I'm special, but I think that the gift that I've been given of life is special. So I refuse to give that up while I'm on my knees, shot in the back of the head by some piece of shit scumbag, okay? And something like that, okay? I'm not like anti-anything, I just simply, don't think that I want to be shot today, so I'll shoot back, okay? And I think in the case of it appears like your occupation that you've selected, I think you should defend yourself, but I think you should defend your partners. And remember, you can't defend your partners if you can't defend yourself. So that's what I would do. I would like become as competent as I can, and I would have my partners around me be as competent as they could be. And then I do the same thing with Heidi. Heidi works on being as competent as she can be. She's a really awesome EMT, just in case I'm a dunderhead and get shot, okay, or something again. So like, you know, it's like no big deal. I like to think that what's given to me as a gift, I already know that I'm gonna die, we're all gonna die. I know I'm not gonna pick the time and place, but I try not to do stupid stuff since I think that what I've been given is here. And trust me, I've thought a lot about it as far as the ideology of like, am I teaching people to hurt other people? And is that Christian or Christian-like? And you know that this idea of Christian and Christianity, okay, has been really manipulated poorly, okay? I mean, like, just like apparently, I think you're a police officer, so you go like, all cops are bad. You know, well, we got Catholic priests who fuck little kids. So like, they're supposed to be direct representatives from God, and the Pope knows it. Okay, so like I'm kind of going like, there is that idiosyncrasy where people manipulate things to have them do what they want. So when people go like, well, how does your faith? My faith is I try to be good. I try not to worry about too much what I did in the past. I try to think that I can be as good as I can today, and then tomorrow I'll try again, okay? Because I probably didn't do a very good job today, but you should defend yourself. I don't give a hell shit who you are, okay? And what your job is, okay? I know we're gonna do like Jesus shit, okay? With all the different brands of silencers out there and there's no way for average Joe to test them, which brands do you run on your TR rifles? I'd rather pay once for the best, especially federal paperwork, and wait and go cheap and regret it. Dead Air and Surefire. Okay? I don't know exactly which one does what where, but the ones I've seen, like the Surefires on ARs, they're like smoking that shit. They're small, they work, or whatever. And I know like Dead Air, I think, yeah, so. And I'll be honest with you, I don't have either one of them, okay? Because just like what you said, it isn't about always money, it's just like, at my age, I can't fill out government paperwork. It'll never get back before I die. Okay, so like whatever. But you gotta, can afford power ACOG like the one issued to the Marines be used for hallway distances? I don't know, take it in the hallway. You know, the Marines, they'll shoot anybody anywhere. Okay, that's why they always send them. They just go and kill everything. So I'm sure they shot somebody in the hallway with it. The EOTech is made for that. I'll only say this one time. No to EOTech. I would go with the ACOG. And then I would figure it out. Also, from what I understand, my limited exposure to them in ACOGs, a lot of times they'll have an iron sight capability attached to end or on top. So like for short, what we would call close conflict resolution, yeehaws, okay, down hallway, and just shoot them with that bitch. Okay, so I think that would be good. Okay, so I kind of got an idea. Woo! I'm smoking these bitches. Okay. You ready? I've seen a ton of different ideas about there. Gimmick and magnets, yeah, no shit, me too. Center console, PDWs, personal defense weapons, glove box setups, 3 o'clock setups that bump the seatbelt. I carry appendix, really. Okay, cool. And with the lower band of my seatbelt behind my holster, so if I wreck, I don't have an abdominal now. How do you carry it while driving? I put it on my right side in my holster, like I do inside, outside, day, night, rain, shine, sleet, snow, okay? I don't point the gun at my dick or my femoral artery, okay? And your comment about having a seatbelt thing, I got it, but on the side, it doesn't bother me, okay? And I agree with you about all the gimmicks. I would prefer, God forgive me, I'd prefer you carry it abdominal, like appendix, rather than attach it to all that other shit in your car that will come loose if there's a car wreck. And besides that, if you dismount your car, okay, God forgive me, in appendix carry, you can at least get out of the car with your gun, okay? So like, but I personally don't like the idea of shooting myself in my junk, or more importantly, at my age, my junk is not that relevant, but I don't want to shoot myself in my femoral artery because I like bleed, and that might be I heal pretty fast, but damn, dude. Okay, yeah, I got it, okay. What's your preferred load for the 4570? Black powder, okay? I use 70 grains, 1.5 Swiss, and a 520 grain Brooks mold bullet in the government style. This is what God intended them, okay? That said, if you had to shoot smokeless for some reason, I shoot a 405 gas check, I use a hard one, and I'm not gonna give you the number, okay, on the powder. It's a 5744, that's the powder. I'm thinking, and I'm not gonna give you the number because I don't remember it. If you send me an email, I'll give you the correct number. And the reason for that is in black powder, the only way you can get in trouble is if you don't put enough in. So if you stuff that bitch to the top of black powder, put that 520 on top, crimp that sucker, you're going, okay? But in smokeless, okay, if I let you stuff it all the way to the top and pull the trigger, your guide gun's gonna go down range in pieces. So the black, you can't leave any gap between the powder and the base of the bullet. The smokeless, you can definitely overload that bitch, okay? So I'm not giving you that number because I don't remember it off the top of my head, okay? But if you send me an email, okay, and that was 4570 Jerry, okay? Yeah, Jerry. Yeah, you know who you are. You asked the 4570 question, Jerry. Okay, great. What would he like on his Coney Island hot dogs, and where can he send them? I just like get them with everything, onions and like chili, and then they just come in a box. But you're gonna have to put that bitch in a plastic bag because it'll drown in grease before it gets here, okay? But that was from, yeah, Interstellar, and you know the rest of it, okay? So like Interstellar, yeah, got it. Okay, okay, good. Hi, Clint. I was wondering what you could recommend for some training and drills that somebody that's looking to transition into carrying a 1911 may want to do. Well, first of all, it would be helpful if I knew what you're transitioning from. But since, I'll just give you this. Let's say you're transitioning from a Glock. In other words, there's no mechanical safety. I personally, okay, would get a blue gun. And remember, the good thing or bad thing about blue guns is the slide can't cycle, the mag can't come, the hammer can't fall, and the trigger can't press, and you can't shoot a hole in yourself or your house with a blue gun, okay? So I started the blue gun to get a feel for what's going on, and then probably if you ask me about transitioning to, I assume that you, in your mind's eye, are thinking about carrying this gun. Personally, I would put it in an inside the belt summer special. That's what I would carry by Milt Sparks. And you all know that that's all body size, and then I would work on drills where if you're completely new to the 1911, I would take the gun, go to ready, load the gun, put the gun on safe. Based on where you are in the range, I'd bring the gun up. As the gun come up, the safety come off, I'd press the trigger, okay? Then I'd bring the gun off target, I'd come off trigger, and then when I was okay, theoretically, I would put the safety on, then I would do that again. And bluntly, if you did 500 of those, okay, with live fire, you wouldn't hurt a thing. As soon as you get done with those 500, do 500 more. And after you get done with those, then maybe include the draw and doing that. Biggest thing is like, let's just say you're coming from a Glock or something, that you don't want to forget to take the safety off, okay? So like, and properly, your thumb should come and push the safety off, and it should stay on top. That's the way it should be done properly. That's the way Browning intended it to be.
That was awesome.
Okay,
And it's femoral.
femoral.
You guys always say
Femoral.
like memorial, but it's femoral.
Femoral, okay, good.
But that's fine. That's what makes you
Yeah, okay.
point.
Okay, good. We can do it, we can do a little beep. Okay,
Yeah.
femoral. Okay, you ready?
I'll
Okay.
flash
Yeah.
femoral.
Okay, yeah, right.
Ready?
It's just, if you could put it, let me put something on here and then you can add it to it, okay? Okay, on that
Yeah.
on that femoral thing, okay, when you have the little flashy light, just go, that's his Yankee talking when he says femoral, okay? Sounds very Southern, but it's not, okay, good. All right,